Good morning, all of you. Our next is topic that is regarding the structure of pyrrole. So far we have been discussing some of the electrophilic substitution reactions of this pyrrole, isn't it? And some addition reactions, then ring opening reactions, etc. Ring opening as well as ring expansion reactions, etc. So next we have to go through the structure elucidation of pyrrole. That is how we are determining the structure of this particular compound. Normally the structure, it was the first step in every structure elucidation is the determination of the molecular formula as well as the molecular mass. Okay, for the structure elucidation of a particular compound, the first step is the determination of molecular formula as well as the molecular mass. Okay, so here the molecular formula of this pyrrole, it is C4H5N. Okay, C4H5N. So here by using certain chemical analysis method, we are determining the molecular formula of this compound as C4H5N. Okay, that is the first point. So the structure elucidation, it is normally following some different steps. Okay, different steps also, and also we have to determine, first of all we have to determine the molecular formula, then we have to find out the elements present in that compound, whether any nitrogen or sulfur or oxygen is present there. Then you have to find out whether the nitrogen, if there is nitrogen. See, you had studied in your, or you had done your practical examinations, practicals regarding this organic chemistry. There you had seen how to detect an element, isn't it? How nitrogen can be detected, how sulfur can be detected, etc., and how halogens can be detected. So likewise here also we will be determining the element present in that particular organic compound. And also after showing the presence of, or after getting the presence of nitrogen, then we have to find out whether it is a primary nitrogen or a secondary nitrogen or tertiary nitrogen. So many steps are there in the structure elucidation of any compound, any organic compound. Okay. So this is the first step. Then the next step is the synthesis of this compound from different other compounds. Okay. So here we have been discussing the synthesis of this pyrrole from furan, isn't it? That is from furan. On treating with the next reaction is the synthesis from furan. Synthesis from furan. What is the product? Sorry. So this is furan. Furan on treating with ammonia in presence of alumina, isn't it? At 450 degrees Celsius, we will be having this pyrrole. That is one reaction showing the synthesis of pyrrole. Okay. Then the next is from succinimide. On reaction with zinc. That reaction also we had written. Succinimide on reaction with zinc, we will be having pyrrole. That is another reaction. Okay. So from these two synthesis, we can say that the structure of this compound, this pyrrole, it will be like this, NH. Okay. Or it can be written like this, CH, single bond CH, then double bond CH, double bond CH, then NH. Okay. So these are the two structures. This is the skeleton of this particular compound, or this is the structure. So from the synthesis of furan or from the synthesis of succinimide, we can see whether that the compound has got the structure. This pyrrole has got these two structures. Okay. So this is a diene structure, right? Diene means it will be having two double bonds, isn't it? So this is a diene structure of pyrrole. That is, diene means two double bonds. Di means two, ene means two double bonds. So this is structure 1. So from these two reactions, we can say that this particular compound, this pyrrole, has got a diene structure. That is, it is having two double bonds. Okay. Then the next is whether this structure is confirmed or not. That is our next step. We have to confirm this structure. Okay, see, if there is a double bond, we can say that addition reactions will be taking place across these double bonds, isn't it? Normally, addition reactions will be taking place across a double bond. See here, from these two reactions, it is confirmed that, or it is said that this pyrrole has got two double bonds. But actually, if we are doing an addition reaction across this double bonds, we can say that no addition reaction will be taking place. Okay, that is, already we have seen only electrophilic substitution reactions will be taking place in this ring, isn't it? At the second position or at the third position, like that. So see here, this across the double bond there is no addition reaction taking place. Instead, only electrophilic substitution reactions will be taking place. That means this particular compound has got no double bond structure or no diene structure. So thus we can reject this structure, or we can say there are some limitations for this diene structure. Okay, so the limitations of the diene structure is that the first one is that normally pyrrole shows aromatic, pyrrole is aromatic, isn't it? Normally pyrrole is aromatic, or pyrrole shows aromaticity. And also it undergoes electrophilic substitution reactions. We have seen nitration, then sulfonation, then sulfonation, then halogenation, etc. Nitration, sulfonation, halogenation, etc. we have seen. Okay, so this from this diene structure cannot explain this aromatic nature. That is, aromatic nature means it will be having 4n plus 2 pi electrons, but this structure cannot explain the aromatic nature of pyrrole. So that is the first limitation. That means it will be giving electrophilic substitution reactions only. Okay, then the next is it lacks basic character. It lacks basic character and is almost this pyrrole, it is almost neutral. That is the second point. Pyrrole is almost neutral. That means it lacks basic character. Then the third point is that it does not gives addition reactions, or it resists addition reactions. It resists addition reactions. Then the next one, the fourth point is that it undergoes coupling reaction. It undergoes coupling reaction. It undergoes coupling reaction with diazonium salt. It undergoes coupling reaction with diazonium salts. Okay. So these are the limitations of this diene structure. So this diene structure cannot explain the aromatic nature of pyrrole, and also it will be giving only electrophilic substitution reactions as per this diene structure. Then the next is it lacks basic character. Normally pyrrole, it is not having a basic character, it is almost neutral. That point cannot be explained by this diene structure. Then the third point, it resists addition reactions. That means in the diene structure it has got two double bonds. So normally it should have given this addition reactions, but actually it does not give addition reactions. Then the fourth point is that it undergoes coupling reaction with diazonium salt. Okay, so that also could not be explained by this diene structure. So there are some limitations for this diene structure. So we have to move on to the next explanation for this structure of pyrrole. That is, the next explanation, or the satisfactory explanation, was given by resonance concept and also by molecular orbital concept. So this diene structure. So if you are asked for writing the structure of pyrrole for a 4-mark question for the section C part or for section D part, you have to write all these things. Okay. Then sometimes it will be asked, you will be asked to write the resonance concept or the explanation for the structure of pyrrole as per the resonance concept or as per the molecular orbital concept. So here satisfactory explanation was given by this resonance concept as well as molecular orbital concept. Both of these are important. So next one, you have to write this resonance concept. Resonance concept. So resonance concept means normally we have to draw the different resonating structures of this ring. Okay, so this is the first structure, nitrogen. It has got a lone pair of electron. Then how will you mark the electron pair shift? Next, this electron pair will be moving to this position. This double bond will be moving to this position. Okay, so the next structure, it will be like this, NH. See here, this lone pair will be moving to this position. So here a double bond, and this nitrogen will be having a positive charge. Then this electron pair will be moving to this carbon atom. So here a negative charge, and already a double bond. Then the next structure, NH. This electron pair moving to this position, and this double bond will be shifting to this position. So here double bond, here a negative charge, then one positive nitrogen with positive charge, then a double bond at this position. Okay. Then the next structure, NH. Okay. So in the next structure, this electron pair will be shifting to, this double bond will be shifting to this position, and this electron pair will be shifting to this position. So here a negative charge, here a double bond, N positive, then negative charge to this position. Sorry, this is not the one moving. Sorry, this double bond will be there. This negative charge will be moving to this position. This double bond will be moving to this position. So here a double bond, here a negative charge. Okay. Then the next structure, this negative charge to this position, then the double bond, I think I had lost somewhere. I will be drawing one more. Okay. The first structure, NH, lone pair of electron, double bond, double bond. Then the next step, the shift of electron pair, this one, this position. So the next structure will be like this, NH. Then here a negative charge, double bond, here double bond. Okay. The nitrogen with a positive charge. Okay. Then the next structure, NH. Then this electron pair will be moving to this position. Okay. This electron pair will be moving to this position. So here double bond. Here already one double bond. This electron pair moving to this position means one negative charge. Then the next structure, the fourth structure, NH. Then again, what about the electron pair shift? This double bond to this position, then this negative charge to this position. Okay. So here a negative charge, double bond, then sorry, not here. Again, I am making mistake. At this position, this bond is moving. So here a double bond. Then again this electron pair moving to this position. So a negative charge. Then again the next structure, NH. This again this one. So double bond. This one moving to this position. Negative charge, already a double bond. Okay. So this is the next structure, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. So in total we can draw the structure like this. That means the pi electron, there will be a delocalized pi electron, isn't it? This pi electron will be spread over the entire ring, and so we can draw the structure as a broken circle with a total negative charge and this nitrogen with a positive charge. Okay, here also nitrogen with a positive charge. So this is the resonance concept, that is it will be having 5 different resonating structures, and actually there will not be any double bonds. That means the pi bond, it is the 2 pi bonds, they are delocalized over the entire ring, or the pi electron cloud, it is delocalized over the entire ring. It is not having an actual position. This double bond, it is not having an actual position. It will be spreaded over the entire ring. Okay, that means a pi electron cloud will be spreaded over the entire ring. And also this broken circle, it represents the aromatic sextet. This broken circle, it represents the aromatic sextet. Broken circle represents the aromatic sextet, and therefore as a result of this aromatic sextet, it will be giving electrophilic substitution reactions. Hence, electrophilic substitution reactions are given by this pyrrole. Okay. And also then the next point to be noted down is that one of the limitation of this diene structure is that it is having this pyrrole, it is not basic in nature, it lacks basic nature, isn't it? That cannot be satisfactorily explained by this diene structure. But here, by using this resonance concept, this basic lack of basic nature can be successfully explained. See here, in all these structures, nitrogen has got a positive charge, right? Here also a positive charge. So in all these structures, nitrogen will be having a positive charge. That means nitrogen is electron deficient. Okay, so the non-availability of electrons or the non-availability of the lone pair of electrons on this nitrogen atom, it explains the lack of basic character. Okay, the non-availability of the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen atom explains the lack of basic nature. In all the structures, see nitrogen, it is having a positive charge. So the non-availability of the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen, that explains the lack of basic character. That explains the lack of basic character of this pyrrole. Okay. Non-availability of the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen atom explains the lack of basic character of pyrrole. So this satisfactory explanation cannot be given by the diene structure, but this resonance concept can explain that particular the lack of basicity. Okay, that is the next point. And also the next point is that this pyrrole cannot give addition reactions, right? So here pyrrole, see, we have seen this, actually this pyrrole ring, it is not having a true double bond, isn't it? This double bonds, they are spread over the entire ring. And so we can say that the double bonds are not true double bonds. Double bonds present in pyrrole ring. Double bonds present in pyrrole, they are not true double bonds. They are not true double bonds. Okay, so that is another point to be noted down, and hence they will be, since they are not true double bonds, they will be resisting addition reactions, or they will not be giving addition reactions. Hence, they will not give addition reaction. So, these are the points to be included in this resonance concept. So, basically, all these things can be explained satisfactorily by this resonance concept. Broken circle represents the aromatic sextet. Hence, it gives electrophilic substitution reactions. Then, non-availability of the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen explains the lack of basic character of pyrrole. Then, the double bonds present in pyrrole, they are not true double bonds. Hence, they resist addition reactions. Okay. Then the next is the molecular orbital concept. It is also very, very important. See, these all things will be the structure of pyrrole, and sometimes it will be asked for an essay part, or otherwise it will be asked for section C part of 4-mark question. Okay. Next is the molecular orbital concept. Molecular orbital concept. See here in this molecular orbital concept, see this is the structure of pyrrole. NH, then double bond. Okay. See here in this CH, 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 then again CH. See what about the hybridization of carbon in this structure? Carbon, 1s2, 2s2. So this the valential configuration, it will be like this, C4. So here this while considering this one particular carbon atom, it is having a bond with one hydrogen atom and also with another carbon atom, then with another carbon atom, isn't it? So it will be having sigma bonds with one hydrogen atom, CH, then it will be having one sigma bond with one carbon atom, then another carbon atom, isn't it? So in total it will be having 3 sigma bonds, isn't it? So carbon, it has got already this structure, or this carbon will be having bonding with one hydrogen, one carbon and one carbon. So what about the hybridization of this particular carbon atom? Cs and 2 p orbitals, isn't it? So the hybridization becomes sp2. Hybridization of this carbon atom becomes sp2. So carbon has got an sp2 hybrid orbital, and also there will be one remaining unhybridized p orbital, isn't it? So 3 sp2 hybridized orbitals, 1, 2 and 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals and 1 unhybridized p orbital. 1 unhybridized p orbital, and also this one unhybridized p orbital, it has got a lone pair of electron, isn't it? So this is the general hybridization regarding this carbon atom in the case of pyrrole. Similarly, this nitrogen also, it has got an sp2 hybridized state. The nitrogen in this pyrrole, it has got a sp2 hybridized state. So here carbon, it is in the sp2 hybridized state with 2 sigma bonds with neighboring carbon atoms and 1 sigma bond with 1 hydrogen atom. So in total there will be 3 sigma bonds, isn't it? 3 sigma bonds are there. So these 3 sigma bonds, they will be forming an sp2 hybrid orbitals. Thus we can say that all these carbon atoms and carbon and nitrogen will be in the same plane. See, I will be drawing the structure of this carbon atom. I am drawing it like this. Okay, this is the nitrogen atom. Okay, so this carbon, it will be having an sp2 hybridized state, and also this is carbon, 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 carbon. See here, and also it will be forming one hybridization with this carbon, and again one hydrogen atom. So 3 sigma bonds, 1, 2 and 3. Again this also has got hydrogen, nitrogen has also got one hydrogen atom, then again carbon atom, then again hydrogen atom. Okay, so all these will be having this 3 sigma bonds. Okay, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, then there will be remaining one unhybridized p orbital, isn't it? See here, what about the bond angles? Bond angles will be 120 degree. Normally sp2 hybridization means the bond angle is 120 degree. Last year you have studied. So the bond angles will be 120 degree regarding this hybridized orbitals. Okay. Then there is the remaining one unhybridized p orbital, right? So this unhybridized p orbital will be lying perpendicular to the plane of this ring. That means if this particular ring, if it is like this, what happens? The unhybridized p orbital will be lying perpendicular to the plane of the ring. That means it will be like this. Okay. So the unhybridized p orbital, it will be lying perpendicular to the plane of the ring. That means it will be like this. This is the one unhybridized p orbital, and it will be having a lone pair of electron. Here another unhybridized p orbital. For nitrogen also one unhybridized p orbital. Here also one unhybridized p orbital here. So all these carbon and nitrogen will be having one unhybridized p orbital, and there will be one lone pair of electron each in these unhybridized p orbital. So this unhybridized p orbital will be lying perpendicular to the plane of the ring. Suppose this is the plane of the ring. Suppose this is the pyrrole ring, then we can say that the unhybridized p orbital, it will be lying like this, the position of the pen. Okay, you have to keep in mind the position of this pen. That means this pen is the unhybridized p orbital, and my hand is the plane of the ring. Okay, so this will be the unhybridized position of the unhybridized p orbital. And also this unhybridized p orbital, it will be having lone pair of electrons, and they will be delocalized over the these pi electron clouds will be lying above and below the plane, so that we can join all these upper lobes. Okay, you have to join all the upper lobes, and then you have to join the lower lobes. I'm joining the lower lobes with this pencil. Okay, so the lower lobes will be joined by using this pencil. Okay, so this unhybridized p orbital, it is lying above and below the plane. This is the plane of the ring, This is the plane of the ring. The unhybridized p orbitals, it is above and below the plane of the ring. That is, the pi electron cloud will be distributed above the plane of the ring. Suppose this is the plane of the ring. This is the pi electron cloud above the ring and another ring below this plane of the ring. Okay. Likewise, the hybridization will be taking place. So, by this molecular orbital concept. So, this is the explanation, or this is the molecular orbital structure of this pyrrole ring. Okay. Then you have to draw the skeleton also. That means it will be like this: carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. Then one plane above the ring and another plane below the ring. That means you have to draw the structure only. Okay. I will be drawing using a pencil. Okay. Then another one below this plane. So this is above the plane. This pi electron cloud is above the plane of the ring, and another one is below the plane of the ring. So this is above the plane of the ring. This is below the plane of the ring. So these are the two structures, molecular orbital structure of this pyrrole. Okay. While drawing, you have to draw it neatly. I can only draw it like this much. Okay. So next is the overcoming or the satisfactory explanation for the basic nature as etc. So first point is that this diene structure cannot explain the lack of basic nature, isn't it? Here also this molecular orbital concept, it can clearly explain the lack of basicity. That means here the lone pair of electrons is not available in this nitrogen atom, isn't it? The non-availability of the lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen atom. That means the lone pair of electrons in the nitrogen atom, it is introduced into the ring, isn't it? That is, there is a pi electron cloud above and below the plane of the ring. So therefore this nitrogen, it will be lacking the lone pair of electrons. So the first point, non-availability of the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen atom. Non-availability of lone pair of electrons on nitrogen. It explains the lack of basic character. It explains the lack of basic character. Okay. Then the second one regarding the aromatic sextet. So here there is a pi electron cloud above and below the plane of the ring, isn't it? That means there will be 6 pi electrons are there. So these 6 pi electrons are included in the aromatic sextet. Okay. So the delocalized pi electron cloud. The delocalized pi electron cloud of how many electrons? 6 electrons, isn't it? Delocalized pi electron clouds containing of 6 electrons. It explains the aromatic sextet or the aromatic character of this. They will be representing as an aromatic sextet, and hence it explains the aromatic character. It explains the aromatic character. Then the next is double bonds. Double bonds here also, no true double bonds are there. Hence, they will be resisting addition reactions. Third point, no true double bonds. No true double bonds. Hence, it resists addition reactions. No addition reactions are possible. Hence, no addition reactions are possible. Then the next is this will be having a planar geometry. Planar geometry, hybridization, sp2. Each carbon and nitrogen will be having sp2 hybridization with bond angle 120 degree, isn't it? Sorry, bond angle 120 degree. And also, see, comparing the electron density around this carbon atom and nitrogen atom. Electron density around this carbon atom will be more comparing to that of nitrogen, isn't it? Nitrogen will be having a positive charge, but carbon is not having a positive charge, right? Already we have seen in the resonance concept, isn't it? That is, nitrogen is having a positive charge, but carbon is not having a positive charge. That means nitrogen is more electron deficient while comparing with that of the carbon atom, right? Nitrogen is having a positive charge, carbon no positive charge. Hence, nitrogen is more electron deficient comparing with that of carbon. Or in other words, we can say that the electron density of carbon is somewhat greater while comparing with that of the nitrogen atom. Therefore, the electrophilic substitution will be taking place at the carbon atom, or carbon is more susceptible to electrophilic attack. Okay, so that is the fifth point I am writing here itself. Okay, see here, this electron density around the carbon. Electron density around the carbon atom is greater than nitrogen atom, since nitrogen has got a positive charge. Hence electrophilic attack is greater in carbon atom, or carbon is more susceptible to electrophilic attack. Hence, electrophilic attack is more greater in carbon atom. Therefore, at the carbon atoms, this electrophilic substitution takes place. Okay. So, this is regarding the molecular orbital concept. So, these much points you have to consider. That is, first of all, you have to remember the hybridization of carbon. That is, carbon, it is having sp2 hybridization with bond angle 120 degree and with one unhybridized p orbital having one lone pair of electrons. Then nitrogen is also having a lone pair of electron. So the non-availability of lone pair of electrons on nitrogen, it explains the lack of basic nature. Delocalized pi electron cloud of 6 electrons that represents the aromatic sextet, or the delocalized pi electron cloud, it represents the aromatic sextet, or 6 pi electrons are there, so hence aromatic character. Then no true double bonds are there, hence no addition reactions. It has got a planar geometry with sp2 hybridization, bond angle 120 degree. Then electron density around carbon is much more greater than comparing with that of nitrogen. Hence carbon is more susceptible to electrophilic attack. Okay. So this much is regarding the case of pyrrole. So you have to study all this electrophilic substitution reactions, and also the structure elucidation. It is very important. Usually it will be asked for your university examination. So you have to study this for essay part as well as for 4-mark question. Okay, sometimes it will be the questions will be asked for a 4-mark question. Write down the molecular or explain the molecular orbital concept of this pyrrole. Okay. So this much is regarding the pyrrole. Then the next compound is pyridine, that we can discuss in our next session. Okay, thank you.